Vinnie's Talk. Happy New Year, guys. Today is January 4th, the first Monday of the new year. I want to welcome you guys to Vinnie's Talk, man. Everybody had a great, happy New Year's. Grab some water. This is episode 28, man. A lot of episodes, guys. I hope you guys are able to check out all my wonderful episodes on Vinnie's Talk here on YouTube. And the new year, man, wow. 2021. Everybody's saying it's finally 2021 now, but I still go outside and still everybody wearing fucking masks. Well, that's because we're still in this fucking thing, but guess what? You gotta remain positive, vigilant, and your head on a swivel, man, and we're gonna get through this whole thing together. First off, I want to welcome you guys to Vinnie's Talk. And how's everybody doing? Doing pretty good myself. Got a couple things lined up here for the next year. A lot of exciting new things that I'm working on. As well as some drone projects, some art projects, a lot of art projects. We're also doing a lot of we're going to be doing a lot of podcasts, hopefully, and we're going to be doing more of the Titanic stuff. I don't know if you guys are tired of seeing that, but I am not. I am enjoying doing so much of my podcast, especially the Titanic stuff and overviews, and man, it feels good. It feels good to be in the new year, so you got to set them goals, you know what I mean? Set them goals, everybody. The last podcast we talked about some of the survivors from the Titanic, and a little bit into their stories and stuff like that. But I wanted to touch back on that just a little bit. Touch back on the on some of the story of the Titanic, the ship itself, and the passengers aboard the Titanic. In April, we got April coming up. It's going to be the 109th anniversary since the beautiful ship, the Titanic, has sunk, and I'm sure we'll probably do a little special on that, but that's in April. But I just wanted to say that a lot of these passengers that were on the Titanic, a lot of people didn't know this, but the White Star Line had made these big ship liners, especially like the Olympic, the Titanic. They made these ships because they wanted to bring new life. They wanted to bring jobs. They wanted to bring immigrants across the country from Ireland, Britain, and all these places here, and bring them to the U.S. And by having these first class, second class people on board, it's kind of like showcasing that this ship is grand. This is grand to come to the United States. So these ships were not only just for getting away and doing these stuff like that, but they were also kind of a way for immigrants to come across, from the other side of the country and come to the United States. So in a way, the Titanic was not only a dream ship, but it was also a way for immigrants to travel across, one part of the country to the next, and not only that, but just give them a big option in their life to change their life and be a part of the free world in the United States. From New Hampton to wherever they were traveling from, France or Kansas, or a lot of these people were coming from overseas to the United States. So, but that was a big part of the voyages of the Titanic and what they were trying to do. A lot of this didn't happen as you may know it, because it obviously hit the iceberg, but there's so much detail behind the iceberg and the Titanic and the whole ice field before they had getting reports of before they were going to hit the iceberg. Had so many reports that there was ice and the weather had changed, prior to hitting the iceberg, and even before seeing it, so many things were happening, So but I just wanted to touch on that just a little bit and tell you guys that this is not the only thing. Everybody knows the Titanic as being the ship, and watching the movie watching the James Cameron film, watching the Love Story, which was fictional, but great story. But they didn't really get into depth and talk about some of these things that I talk about on my podcast because I do so much research and, you know. But you guys could see my videos on my YouTube, man, all my Titanic stuff. And yeah, man, I'm happy that we're in a new year, 2021. It sure doesn't quite feel like it's a new year, but to me, it's a new year. And hopefully to you guys, it's a new year. The reason why I say that is because there's still things that are still around from 2020, but hey, we ain't gonna see the changes that we want to see unless you put forth into effort. But we're not gonna see the real change in COVID probably until like April or maybe even May. But we'll see how that goes, man. I'm hoping everything starts healing back up with this country soon, but we'll see. You never know with this country. But God bless, man. And this is Vinnie's Talk, man. I want to welcome you guys. I'm working on some new artwork. I'm working on some Dragon Ball Z, some Kefla, you know. I'm going to be working on some other Kefla piece, some Dragon Ball Z, and as well as some Wonder Woman. Probably some Iron Man as well. I have a lot of new projects that I'm working on and trying to work on my art, man, and just get better at that. And I want to achieve, but we have to be grateful for what we have today, guys. We have to be grateful for all the things that we have. And by me doing these podcasts, especially, you know, the Titanic ones and talking about the people that were, you know, people that were on board the Titanic and some of their stories, it just, to me, it's respect. I'm grateful for their stories, and the knowledge that I learned from it is amazing. This last week, I've been doing a lot of research on more about the Titanic and stuff like that. But I've also been out flying my drone and getting some good videos and pictures. Just working on my panning, you know, from side to side, working on my drone work and stuff like that. So this is all becoming something that's really cool to me, and I'm starting to enjoy it even more. I feel like I'm almost falling in love again with it. Got a bunch of dentist appointments that I got to do. I was only trying to do one, but we got to do 2 different ones, which is all right, I guess. I didn't really want to fucking do it, but you got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? So we're working on that. We got that to look forward to, and we're doing the art, guys. We're getting it done. Get your ass up. Have a drink of water. Have a drink of beer. Have whatever you want. But you got to be thankful for what you have, man. And it's 2021, so that's how you got to look at it. 2021. I just put out a new video called Levels 2021, a little drone video. Like I said, I've been working on more drone videos, so that's when I first bought my drone, I didn't see it like as a hobby. I didn't really like play with it like I was gonna upload videos to YouTube and stuff like that, but I'm really starting to enjoy flying it and making even more videos and getting more creative, especially, you know, not just with that, but with my art. Getting creative with everything that I kind of deal with, you know what I mean? So just the art and my drone and talking about these podcasts, and these things have been very touching to me, and so that's good. And I'm happy it's 2021. What can you ask for, man? We got a great year coming, looking up to us, and we have to make the most out of it. And that's pretty much it, guys. I don't want to talk too long. Some of my podcasts are a little bit longer than the other ones because we have to talk. But most of them I try to make kind of briefly, as you may know it. But I didn't want to talk too much. Talk a little bit. Before I go, though, I wanted to talk about the weather. The weather's been kind of, it's been all right. You know, we've been having some cold days. This week, I think it's supposed to be in the 30s, like mid 30s. So we're probably gonna take advantage of that. Maybe if it's like 37 a mile, we'll take the drone out, maybe catch some more videos, and that's what we'll do, man. We'll capture some cool looking pictures. You know how we do it. But yeah, man, it's your boy Vinnie D, Young Wolf, man. Just wanted to jump on this podcast for a few minutes and just talk, man. Just about how my life's going and what I'm looking forward towards. And I gotta honestly say that with 2020 behind me and behind us, we have 2021 here, and we have to be thankful. Not only that, but we have to have goals. And I'm not saying you gotta have every fucking thing lined up right now, because you don't. Obviously, you don't. There's people out there that do, and that's good, but everybody doesn't. And if you're going through some shit, you know what I'm saying? Just remember that you're the one that can change it, man. You're the one that can turn it around. So I'm grateful for that, guys. But movies. I say movies have kind of evolved. They kind of changed, you could say. Everybody's got their mixed emotions and mixed feelings about movies in the 21st century. It's 2021 now, so movies are definitely a lot different than they were years ago. But we have a lot of mixed emotions, mixed reactions about new movies that are coming out. I did the review of the new Wonder Woman in 1984, and I can tell you that honestly, people either people really hated it, excuse me, or people they didn't they thought it was horrible. I gave my honest review about the movie. I still believe that the first one is more electrifying and a little bit more powerful than this one. But I mean, just reading some of the reviews on these movies, reading the review on the Wonder Woman movie and what people posted on YouTube, is just like, wow, I can't believe people would say that. They said it was horrible, it was a bad film, and you got people that actually kind of liked it, and then there's videos that people loved it, but I just never understood that. I mean, I never understood how you could diss a movie when people... I feel like people are not really a fan of the movie. They just kind of like judge it because they thought it was one way or another. But who knows, man? Everybody's got their own fucking opinions. It's like everybody's got assholes. So you know what? We let them be. But I thought it was a great movie, not just because I'm a super fan of Wonder Woman, but I really enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong, there were parts of the movie where it was just kind of boring. But, I mean, it's just a 2-hour movie, so there's going to be parts where it's not going to be all up to par. It's just going to be slow. And that's that. That's that. What the fuck else do you want? You know what I mean? Like, people, they want fucking everything. You can't have everything in this world, man. You can't. You really can't. So be fucking happy to what you get. Like, be blessed. Because people out there are not happy at all. It's like, okay, so... you could be happy, but are you ever going to be 100% happy with something? Whether it be a movie, whether it be something you're eating, you have to make yourself feel better. You have to make yourself feel happy. But I understand that all these movies, especially the movies today, are not going to be what they were 10, 20 years ago. Personally, like I said, I thought Wonder Woman was a great movie. Was it slow? Was there times where I was like, you know what, this movie's kind of, it's not up what I thought it was going to be? Yes. But, I mean, the story was great, man. I do feel like the first movie is ultimately the better movie between Wonder Woman 1984 and Wonder Woman, the 2017 version, the first one. So, there you go. That's my honest opinion about it. I'm tired of seeing all these people saying, and it was a horrible movie. Well, my friend, you have no taste in movies then, because it wasn't a horrible movie. If it was a horrible movie, I would have turned it off. So it wasn't a horrible... I've seen worse movies. I've seen movies that I turn on and I just turn off because I'm not interested, and I understand that's my opinion, but I'm telling you from my heart, that's how I feel about it. It's a movie. It's just a fucking movie. That's all it. That's all it is, guys. It's not that serious. But for me, being a DC fan, I'm really looking forward towards the new Aquaman and what Mira. I don't know if she's gonna be Amber Heard or it's gonna be Emilia Clarke. I'm not sure. I think they're gonna go with one of the two girls there. Two fine actresses, by the way. Looking forward towards that for the new year, and or perhaps whenever they're gonna release it. I know they're gonna be working on it soon, but a lot of new movies gonna be coming out. But I can honestly say that that movie there, the Wonder Woman movie, was great. I loved it. Love Gail. There's people out there that don't like her and they despise of her, but you know what? She plays Wonder Woman to the T. Linda Carter, I'm sorry, but I love you. You're the original Wonder Woman, but Gail got you beat, girl. Yeah. Oh yeah. We're talking about the new year. We're talking about the Titanic. We're talking about everything in my podcast that I'm very passionate about. Drones, art. Speaking of art, man, go check out my boy, the real Zim Zimma. Go check out my boy, Art Sandoval, man. Mr. Man right there. He's got some great art. Go check my boy out, Seven Is Life. All these guys, man, are great artists on Instagram, so you guys go check them out. People that I follow on Instagram, other artists, stuff of that nature. We're working on new art. We got to keep striving. We got to keep being positive, and keep watching movies, man. No matter if they're not as great as you think they are. I feel like working on yourself, giving yourself a chance, it's the best thing you could do in life. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I'm just excited for the new year and what the new year has to offer. And like art, like drone work. This is what we got to look forward to, guys. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, man, you guys be in tune to Vinnie's Talk. I want to thank you guys for joining. And all my videos, man, go check out all my videos. All my videos on the YouTube. If you guys don't know my channel name, I mean, you should, because you're watching my video right now. But I'm going to give it to you anyways. Vinnie, VINNIED. Vinnie D 10122. That's the channel name, man. And that's what it is, man. And thank you guys for watching my videos, man. And go watch all my videos. Like, subscribe. You know what to do. Thank you guys, man. Take care. Happy New Year. Peace. Booyah! You guys for watching Vinnie's Talk. Now I want you to stay tuned. And we're going to talk a little bit about the White Star Line and what it meant. And how it became the White Star Line. The Titanic. Titanic, White Star Line. You know what it is, man. Check this out. Hey guys, and welcome to the special segment of the White Star Line Titanic Vinnie's Talk, man. Anyways, we're gonna just talk a little bit about the White Star Line. And if you guys are not familiar, you guys can check out all my my videos on my YouTube referring to the Titanic. So let's get right into this thing. The White Star Line. The Ocean Steam Navigation Company, more commonly known as the White Star Line, as you guys can hear. Probably my ear is really loud. Was a British shipping company founded of the remains of a defunct packing company, and gradually rose up as one of the most prominent shipping lines in the world, providing passenger and cargo services between the British Empire and the United States. While many other shipping lines focus primarily on speed, like the Titanic, White Star Line provided their service by focusing more on providing steady and comfortable passages for both upper class travelers and immigrants. So the Titanic was not only a great ship, but like I said before, it was focused on bringing people from their mainlands to the United States. I don't know if you guys remember that, but such a great immigrant population from Southampton, from Ireland to the United States. That's where they were trying to bring people to New York from that maiden voyage. Today it is remembered for an innovative vessel as Oceanic of 1870 and for the losses of some of their best passenger liners, including the wrecking of RMS Atlantic at Halifax in 1873, the sinking of the RMS Republic in Nuchiki in 1909, the loss of the RMS Titanic in 1912, and the HMHS the Britannic in 1916. While serving as a hospital ship despite its casualties, the company retained a prominent hold on shipping markets around the globe before falling into decline during the Great Depression, which ultimately led to a merger guys, with its naval rivalry, the Cunard Line, which operated as White Star Line until 1950, which Cunard purchased White Star's remaining share. Cunard Line that operated as a separate entity until 2005. It is now a part of Carnival Corporation as lasting remainder of the White Star Line. Modern Cunard ships use the term White Star service to describe the level of customer care expected of the company. What a great line, man. Producing one of the best ships of all time as far as I'm concerned, the Titanic. It's one of my favorite ships, not just because of what it was. White Star produced one of the biggest ships, in the world. Maybe not today's standards. Obviously, we know today's standards, but we know that the Titanic was an amazing vessel, was a part of history. You know what I mean, guys? But yeah. Going down with the Titanic. Very little was ever written about the third-class passengers of the Titanic reported. The United States Senate investigation as British investigation never bothered to interview any of the third-class Titanic survivors. Most of those in third class spoke very little English, but for some, like the Titanic survivor, Helen Hakaranian, the memory lingered long enough for her English to catch up and for her to share the Titanic survivor story with Yankee in 1987. Going down with the Titanic in third class. This is a story of the Titanic survivor. We could hardly believe that in 2 more days we would be landing in America, which they sailed from Hampton. Originally, my husband and I planned on making the trip on board the Mediterranean, but we decided to wait a few months so we could make the crossing aboard the luxury liner Titanic. Married just a few months ago, Pekko and I decided to leave Finland and start a new life in America. Although we were booked as third class, many of these people were third class, we still enjoyed many extras on board and had quite a time in our little group. After a couple days at sea, we settled into a routine attending church services, after breakfast, strolling the decks, all the decks, beautiful decks aboard the Titanic, and during the evening playing games in third class general room. We would leave the game room very late in the evening at the night of April 14th. Was no exception. Just after we returned to our cabin and settled in, Pekko reached to turn out the light when we heard a scraping sound and felt the ship shudder. So can you imagine being on the ship and a Titanic? Many of the people that were on board didn't really feel anything. I mean, you could feel like a little judder when it hit the iceberg, but it wasn't like, I'm pretty sure people didn't get alarmed right away. But some felt it, some didn't. It says a few moments later, the throb of the engine stopped. So you didn't really hear because when you were in your cabins, you could hear like the engine moving. But soon after it hit the iceberg, it had stopped. Wow. Pekko jumped out of bed, slipped into his clothes, and said, "I'm going to see what happened." Not thinking too much of all this, I dozed off. But after an hour or so, the murmuring of other passengers in the hall waked me. I noticed Pekko was still gone, and when I tried to step out of the bed, the cabin was tilted at an angle. Holy moly. Can you imagine? Soon there was a hard and very fast knock at the door, and one of my friends from Finland dashed in to say that the ship had struck something and was sinking. Jesus Christ, can you imagine being woken up by one of your friends? This is something crazy. Where is Pakeko, she asked. He went to see why the ship had stopped. I don't know where he is now. How did he get out of the passageway? She continued. All the doors are locked. I was confused. I didn't know what to do next. After a few moments, I grabbed my purse and life jacket and ran out to the passageway. The door was locked. All the doors were locked. We're going to throw this picture up there if you guys can see it. The Titanic and the lifeboats moving away from the ship. This is a crazy story. Finally, a ship steward came in and gathered a small group of us together and guided us. Come, there is another way to get to upper deck. The upper deck is what is rather quiet, almost eerie. The deck on the ship's bow was already underwater, and the loud sound of the steam escaping from the funnels had settled down. The lifeboats were guarded by the ship's officers standing in the semicircles around each one. Soon I was motioned aboard a lifeboat, but I was still scanning the listing deck looking for my husband. We rowed away quickly, watching our ship slide beneath the surface of water. The screams of those in the water were horrible. I remember calling over and over, Pakeko, Pakeko, I am here, come this way. It was cold on the lifeboat, and I wasn't wearing warm clothes. I didn't know if I was falling asleep or freezing to death, but I drifted into unconsciousness. When you're on a lifeboat, the water's 28 degrees, so you're freezing. Can you imagine being on the ship and not knowing where your loved one is? Soon after, it was daylight, and we could see a ship in the distance. We would be rescued and made warm. Once aboard the Carpathia, the passengers and crew did their best to console us. We were given clothes, food, and hot coffee, but with all we were given, I was still lacking. I slowly realized the last words I might ever hear from my husband were, I'm going to see what had happened. I remember standing at the railing for hours, looking out to the open sea and hope that I would discover just one more lifeboat. Jesus, man. So this is a story that was, wow. These people that were on these lifeboats, a lot of them wanted to go back to save the other people, but couldn't. They were being occupied by these officers that they took charge, and they knew that it would be really dangerous to go back, save people. The story is going down with the Titanic, third-class Titanic survivor story. Wow, man. Let's see if we can get her picture. She was definitely lucky. Halakirikin. Hakakirin. Don't know how to spell her name, but I definitely will put her picture up there. And we will get that up. It's a story about a survivor from the Titanic, and I wanted to share that. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for tuning in this bonus stuff here. Really deep.